using a virtual box, and also I can also show you how you can use virtual machines, okay, using a cloud. So that will be a really an interesting part. You will learn how to install Linux in Azure portal, and also different softwares will be installing, like OS. I'm talking about server, Windows Server, and Windows. Everything will be, we will do it in our sessions. So just kindly confirm me how are you okay or not. So first, can you please let me know, is my voice is audible to everyone? Just give thumbs up or say yes or no. That's fine. Okay, thank you. Thank you, guys. Okay, fine. So let's wait for other 2 minutes and then we'll start. Okay. I think some 47 students joined. So totally we have some 90 around students are there. I will wait for other 3 to 4 minutes and then we'll start the session. Okay. By tomorrow, I'll be finalizing the students. Okay. Just make sure are you giving attendance. If not, then I will not be including in the LMS. You guys will wait for other 2 minutes and then we'll start. Okay, before that, so who and all have completed this virtual box? Who have successfully installed on your PC? Can you please raise your hands? Have completed downloading a virtual. I can see some number. What's your name, ma? 21RU1A0413. What is your name? Actually, guys, if you are doing the things really good, okay, so sometimes you'll be getting some internships. Okay, so you can understand, right, what I'm trying to say. So just please give answers if I ask you something. Naresh Kumar. Okay, great, great, Naresh Kumar. Wonderful. And what about others? Only one students have installed. What about the other students? Bharat Kumar also done. Okay. What is my point is if you face any difficulties while installing it, please let me know. Don't be, shy to ask question. You can ask me in WhatsApp or you can ask in the class time also. That's not a problem. Okay, just follow the steps which is given. Okay, in the lab one exercises, I'll be sharing it. So after downloading, it's not opening. Okay, Kashifa. It's not downloading. Can you send me the screenshot here? Just put a screenshot in this chat box so that I can just understand so what's the problem is. Okay. So whenever if you get any kind of error, you just take one pic, okay, images, and then you just save it. If I ask in the session, you can share it at the time. Okay. No problem. You can. Is anyone can summarize the topics, yesterday topics? No one? What was the yesterday's topic? What we have discussed on the first day? Okay, what I'll tell you the recap and I will summarize the I'll tell you the objective of today's session, what we are going to see. Okay. Then it goes on like that. So let's see. So today, my intentions to complete this first Linux topic. I will try to complete it by today. But if not possible, we'll complete it by tomorrow. Okay. Once I complete, I will start with the databases. Okay, what is RDBMS or what is MySQL? There are different softwares we have, right? So we'll discuss about it, and that will be a task for tomorrow's session. And today's session, that is yesterday's session, I have completed the topics. Let me. So I've completed what is operating system, what is Linux operating system, and what is kernel, right? And these are the scenarios and introductions, and what are the operating system management tasks and types of operating systems we have. And for each and everything, you gave me an examples, right? Yesterday's session, and what is the Linux, and what is we also discussed about the difference between Linux and Windows, and Linux and the Unix, and what is the Linux features, and how the Linux architecture is going to be, like hardware, kernel, shell, and application utilities. So the kernel plays a major role in this Linux architecture, and what is shell and what is applications, and history of Linux, and what are the Linux distributions we have, like Ubuntu, Debian, and Fedora, and installation of Linux on the virtual box. Yesterday I guided you with the steps, right? So how first one is we need to install the Oracle VirtualBox, and the second step is you need to download the Ubuntu ISO. So once you download, you need to import that Ubuntu ISO into the uh, Oracle VirtualBox. Am I right? And next is what is Linux kernel. So what is Linux kernel? So this also we discussed how the process is going to be kernel, and Linux file systems. What are the different file systems we have? And now we need to discuss about this ls command. Yesterday we have gone through. So I got some answers from students. Okay, good. Patan and Venkatesh, thank you for your answers. Yeah. So yesterday also we discussed about ls command. So now we will execute some examples which is in the PPT. Okay, which was mentioned in the PPT. We'll just execute it. First, we'll go with the ls command. So ls command is to just list the elements. Let's see. Let me open the virtual box. We start. Just logging in. Terminal. Okay. So yesterday we discussed about this ls command. Just I told you what is ls, right? So now, uh, if you want to find all the list of files which is there in the your PC, then you will be giving a ls-a. So it is showing all the folders and as well as the cache files, config, everything. And if you're trying to find the long listing, like what is the type and the data and the size and the owner permission, then you will go with the ls-l. Okay. And what is ls-t? So this -t is list the most recent file first, the most visited file first. So I was using a desktop for a long time, so it is showing a first thing as a desktop and new file. And if I want to find the list of the biggest files, if I want to find the biggest files, then I will be going with S. So mostly everything is port 4 sizes are. And if I want to print it in a reverse order, then LSR, so the showing in a reverse, right? And then if you want to print something in a long listing and more reason files at the end, long listing, then we can go over this. Okay. So these are the some examples of this list directory. Clear? And uh, this list command is a fundamental command in Unix like operating system, including a Linux, but it stands for a list. LS means list, and it is used to display the content of a directory. And when you run the ls command without any additional option argument, it provides a listing of files and the subdirectory in the current directory. So if you are not going to give any additional things, options, then it will show like this. Next, let's go to the PPT again. Okay, let's go here. So if I want to change the directory, what is the option, ma? So can I get an answer from you? Ma'am, how to import the Ubuntu into the virtual box? Actually, Patan, yesterday I've shared you one link with you, right? For everyone, I've shared this link. You can check in this link, right? So it will be asking an option to upload the things. You can refer this link. Clear, Patan? If you click on this link, you can just follow the steps, which is over there. Okay. But still, if you face any kind of difficulty, you can just share me the screenshot in the WhatsApp so that I can clarify. Okay, what is CD? How you can change the directory in the Ubuntu? Anyone? Can anyone tell me like how you can change the directory in the Ubuntu or any Linux distributions platform? No one knows or everyone knows? So how you can change the directory? So what command you will be giving? Command is cd and what is the directory name? So here you can see different directories, right? I can navigate to whatever the directory I want. So let me get into the desktop. It is moving to the desktop directory. If I want to get back to the previous current directory, then what I can do, I can give like this. Okay. And PW is a current working directory. If you want to check the current working directory, then you will be going to the PWD. Okay. And we were discussing about the CP command, right? So how we can copy the files that and all we yesterday we discussed. So how we can copy the files. So first, how we can create a file. Can anyone tell me how we can create a file? How we can create a file? In Ubuntu, how we can create a file, a command. Yes, great. Okay. Rahil, it is mkdir is to create a folder. Okay. And cat is to create a file. It is a only command we can go with to create a file. Is a only command. So do we have any other suggestion apart from the cat command to create a file? Using the redirection symbol. Okay, great. We were saying about yesterday's session, right? Hmm. Okay. So actually, if you see, you can also, create the file using a touch. Touch is a command. We can create a file again like that. Okay, let's see how we can create a file. If let me minimize it. I'm going to create a file in the desktop. Okay, so it is my desktop. Here, touch, and the file name I'm just giving as my name. Okay, you can see here my file name has been created. And I can also create the file using a cat command. So cat, I can create Uma Ye as my file name. And I can give some informations like um, hello cat commands. Okay, so like this I've given information and you can give Control D to close the file. So now you can see Uma A has been there. So now just right click and open this. You can see the text has been displayed. Okay. And if you're trying to copy the file, yes, you can you can copy the files. And there is something command called tail and head. Have you ever seen about the tail command and head command? What it is? Tail and head command. What is tail and head command? No idea. So any idea about the cat that is this one head and tail command? Okay, the head command will output the first part of the file and the tail command will print the last part of the file. Yes, exactly. Okay, so let's do one thing. Okay, so the first the syntax is like head and the option and what is the file is going to be. Okay, let me create some two files. Okay, and I want only the first 10 lines of the file to be specified. Okay, then how it is going to display. Let's see. So let me take this file itself. I'll type some names. Uh, so something I'm just giving. Okay, so these are the command and let me save this file. Okay, it is saved. So now what I will do is I'm using a head command and I'm using the file name. What is the file name? Right? So actually it is showcasing the first 10 lines, right? First 10 lines has been repeated. Here you can see how many lines are there? Totally 12 lines. But how many if you're typing more than that also? I'm typing something SEMA, foundation, cloud, database, and what else? Front end. Okay, like this, I'm just typing and I'm saving the things. If I close this, if I try to go to the head and I'm typing again the file. So again, it is showing this. And if I want to use a tail command, then what happened? For in this also, we have some properties. So that is some values we can print. Example, there is something called num. So num is nothing but is a mandatory to specified in the comment. Otherwise, it will display an error. Okay. If I'm specifying something like head and hyphen n, and I'm just specifying a 5 to be displayed. Okay, 5 values to be displayed. And what is this one? It's giving here. So only 5, let me increase this. So only, the 5 values and the text has been displayed here. Okay. And if I'm trying to display the 6th value. Okay. So let's see. After jQuery, some value will be there, right? So if you want to print it, so let's say a new line count as a single character. So if, head prints out a new line, it will count it as a byte. So num is a mandatory to specify the command, otherwise displays an error. Let's see head -c 6 of UMA. Okay, it is just printing the first 6 words. So you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the 6th one is like a space. So if I'm changing this to be like some value like 10, then what happened? We can see some 10 values has been displayed here. Clear? Okay, the C is used to print this particular character. Okay, and what is minus? That is hyphen Q. So hyphen Q is actually it is used if more than one file is given. Okay, if more than one file is given because of this command. So data from each file is not preceded by its file name. Okay, so let's see this. I already have one more file, right? Let me write something on that. Let me write. I'm just typing something here in the comments and US iPad. Okay, like this, I've just given some text. Let me save this file. I closed it. Okay. So what I'm going to do is, so in the two files, I have some text, right? So in the two files, first head, let me give head and the file, let's say, I'm going to take the value of this one. That is Uma A. So that is my first file. Just taking that first file and I'm using the another file. Let's say, what is the other file? It's going to be Uma, right? So if I'm not using anything, so it is showcasing like this, right? So this is the file and the under the file, you can see some 10 lines of code. So 10 lines of a text which is appearing. But if I use a queue, here before this file name, so let's see what happens. We can see it has been combined together. Okay. And what is called like hyphen V. So hyphen V means data from the specified file is always preceded by its file name. So that's it, very simple. So whatever the file name you're giving, so if you want to proceed with that, proceed with the file name, then you will be using hyphen V. I'm just wanted for Una. Then you can see like this. Okay. So these are the some example for this head element. Okay. So next, so what about the tail then? What tail do? Tail commands. What the tail commands will do? Tail command Linux with examples. Let's see. So here we are having a multiple options like hyphen N. It will showcase the lines and hyphen C. It will take each and every characters and hyphen Q. It will quite and V means verbose. F means follow. Okay, these are the short options. Let's see for the tail. So let me take the same file. So tail, and I'm typing my file name. So it is showing the last lines, last 10 lines, right? So last 10 lines has been, showcasing here. Then next, a 10 hyphen n. So n means what? A number of lines. I need 3 lines to be displayed here. So UMA. Okay, sorry. That is, if I give a 3, should show 3. Okay, okay, fine. It is minusing 1. Actually, you can do it in a 2 different way. Either you can give minus n, that is hyphen n and 3, or else you can give it directly like this. So both are similar. Okay. And then the same way you can display the values like hyphen using a hyphen C. Hyphen C means you can add some more number of values. Okay, however we did in the head element, so same will be repeated. Okay, clear? So now, what are the other commands we have? So we know about head and tail and the cat command, and we know about this, copy. So everyone knows about the copy command, right? Yesterday I've executed it. Any doubts from that copy command? Any doubts from that copy command? So what is copy command? There will be some 2 files will be there, right? Can you repeat it again, ma'am? Yes, sure. I'll repeat it, not a problem. So example, if we have some 2 files, okay, and we are just trying to copy the files, then we will be going for this copy files. Okay, that is copy command. Let's see one, simple example. So how we can, copy this file from one particular directory to the another particular directory, or we can just copy it from one thing. So let me first showcase you this in the PPT. I think we didn't discuss yesterday, I think. Okay. So we will discuss about list command and CD and PWD. So now we are in a copy command, that is CP command. So CP command, if you see, just copying the source file to the targeter. Okay, that is called as a copy file. So you can see there are different files which is in the particular directory. Okay, like how we can copy this particular thing using a copying the files to the target directory. You need to give the file one name and the another file name, so it will be copied here. Let's see one simple example. Here I already have UMA and UMA, right? So the file, that is the syntax will be a CP, and what is the file name it is going to be. So you need to mention the file name here. So file name is so target file name and the file name. Guys, 1 minute, guys. Give me 1 minute. One second. Okay, Ma. So, Ragil, where you're talking about like -1, where is n minus 1? Guys, please be on mute, Ma. Why you're doing like this? Just please be on mute. If you have any question, you can just ask me. Otherwise, please be on mute. In tail. Okay, in tail. So actually, we're just mentioning the values. Example, Rakil. So if you have some 10 number of lines, okay, and you are trying to just print one particular value in that, in the text, you want to print the last, context, then you will be going with a n. So n is the number. So it means it indicates how many, the number of things you are going to calculate. That is exactly the line of quotes. N is line of quotes, and -1 is nothing but it's not a -1. It's a hyphen. Okay, it's a hyphen. So -1 means what? So it will just calculate the last value. Okay. So from the last, it will be calculating. Okay, to better understanding for CP, I have done. So let's check. So this is my source file, and the another one is a targeted file. Let's see. Let me open this. Okay, here I have a 17 that is content. So this is the another file. So everything has been copied. You can see. So previously it was different. Am I right? So this is called as a copying file. So if you not sure, I can also uh, repeat this again. So let me create one file again. Okay, and I'm just giving different names. Let's take T, and I'm giving a content like welcome to Unix, sorry, Ubuntu. Okay, this is the text I'm just giving here. And the next is cats. And I'm creating one more file. Let's say Pathan. Okay, and I'm just giving a message to welcome to Mac OS. Okay, this is the two files which I'm created. So now what happened is I'm just going to copy the file. So how you need to use a CP and which file you're going to copy. Example, I'm just going to copy this Pathan file as my source. I'm targeting to replace it in the Ragi file. Okay, so let's see. So let's open the Ragi file. We can see welcome to Mac OS was displaying, but I was printed welcome to Ubuntu for Ragi. Clear everyone? This is for a copying of file. Okay. This is a simple example. And we also have a multiple option for this one, like something called as I. I means it stands for interactive copying. So actually with this option, the system first warns a user before overwriting the destination file. So that's why we are going for this, iterative, hyphen CP hyphen I, and I'm just giving, okay. So yes, and I was forgot to mention. Okay, so it is just giving a warning like, can I overwrite the Ragi's file? So that's a just an intimation. So if you are saying like yes or no, then it will just say okay. Okay. And something like backup, for backup also you can just set a warning. Okay. So you can just set up backup and something called as force. There are so many, there is options are there. Okay. So this is all about the, cat. There is cat files and that is, so I'm sorry, copying the files. Okay. So the next one, what is the next one? Let's, after copying is a move or rm command. What is move and rm command? Move means, so what is the difference between then copying and moving the file? So actually MV means old name and the new name. Okay, just it will rename the file. So that is this command. Okay, in Linux. So MV means nothing but it is to move the old name and the destination source file name and the destination file name. Okay, so let's we can also write one example. So how we can moving a file or renaming a file in Linux. Let's see. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm using nv command. This is for renaming purpose. Okay, what is a source file? So what is a file? I'm having a Ragi. So I'm just giving as a Ragi, and what I need to change. I want to change it to Ragil. Okay. So now you can see the file name has been renamed to Ragil. So previously it is Rag, right? And if you're trying to move a file from one destination to the other destination, that is also we can do it using this, using this move command. Clear? So you need to give the exact path to move a file. So where it is exactly. So first, let me get the PWD. So it is in this directory, right? So I want to move one particular file to the another place. So let's see. I'm just moving this Ragil file to some other place. Let's take slash home slash what is that? Ubuntu Ubuntu B slash desktop. So not a desktop. I want to move it to what is the other folders I can move? Documents. I'm just moving to documents. You can see the Ragil is not here. It has been moved to some other folder. Clear, guys? Okay. So this is a simple example of what is this move command. So now we will see about RM. So what is RM? RM. So RM means remove the given file. If you are trying to, remove the given file, then you will be going with the this particular command, what is called RM. So let's see some examples on that. If you want to remove a set of files, you have multiple files and you are trying to remove it, then you can go with this option. So let's say I have a list of files, right? Let me first check a list of files. I have Puma and the other. So I'm going to remove one particular file from this one. So let me give RM and I'm just typing UMA. So now you can see the UMA has been removed from this, from the desktop. Okay, clear? And you can also make some kind of, hyphen values for options like interactive deletion. Example, RM hyphen I UMA. It is asking remove the regular file, Uma. Yes. Okay. Like this, you can just give some examples. And also, sorry, if you want to clear this page, just click on clear. Okay. Next one is creating and removing the directories. We saw this, and operating Linux using our terminals. Okay, so these are some commands which we have discussed. You can, I showcased you some, only using a two files. You can try with multiple files. You can just take example of some files and you can try it from your end. Okay, so and now we are into one a very important called file access rights. So why we need this actually? So if you are working with a Linux platform, okay. So obviously there will be a different users will be there, group will be there. In a real time sectors, if you see, there are many people will be having a some restrictions will be there. Example, I can tell you a very simple example. If I'm working as an master trainer and you are a student and one more person will be there who is my higher authority. Okay, so I will have some kind of access for some particular document. I cannot over access it, right? So that is like I can read it, I cannot do some write access. Okay, so like that, there will be some kind of restrictions will be there. So that particular access here in this type, it is three types we have. One is read access, and the other one is write access, and the third one will be execute the rights. Okay, so these three types of access levels. This is the levels and this is the rights. Level will be U means user for the owner of the file, and group means each file has as a group attribute corresponding to the file list of user, and other for all other users. Okay, so let's see some examples on how we can do the things using this Linux file access Linux. And these are some examples of access right examples. RWRR means what? First one will be a readable and writable for the owner. This is for owner, and readable for the others. So others can only read, they cannot write anything. Okay. And the next one is RW is for readable and writable for file owners. And this is only readable for the users belonging to the file group, who is belonging to the file group. And next is directory only accessible by its owner, and this is for file executable by the others but neither by your friends nor by yourself. Okay, let's see. So what are the different permissions we can give? So already we know how to check the permissions, right? So LSL. So you can see the permissions for all these files for EduNet and for examples.h and new files. So you can see the different things. First is D means what? Which means it's a directory. Okay, EduNet is a directory. It's a folder. And the if you talk about the next line, like what is RW hyphen RR? What is that? This one, showcase the security. To showcase the security, and if you see about this root, This one, this is a Ubuntu is the next column. It's the owner of the file. This is the owner of the file. And the next column will be showcasing the size of a file. This is a file size. And the next column shows the date and time the file was modified. And the last column will be the file name or the directory name. Okay. So these are the different things. So first one is a directory, and for this and all we don't have a directory. Okay. Next column will be it is showcasing the security. That is like a 9 character. Yes. It's a 9 character. And the third one that is will be the group access. Okay, it will showcasing you the root and the size and the date and time and the directories. So security permission in the Linux means, if example, it's going to be the RWX. R means read the file content. R means what? Read the file content. W means write or modify the file content. X means execute. Execute the file. And what is that, plus and minus or equals to means? So plus means add permission. And if you are trying to add some permission for any particular directories or the folder, then you will be using a plus symbol. And if you're trying to remove the permission, then you will go with minus. And equals to means set the permissions of the specified. And what are the different, preferences and classes? So preferences, if you see, so it will be confusing if I just tell you in a word. Let me also write it in the notepad. Okay, let me show it in the notepad. The first one will be the first character. It denotes D, right? So D, which means a directory. And the second will be the next line character. So next 9 characters. So that is simple, nothing but if example RW hyphen R hyphen R, it shows a security. Okay, it shows a security. This is a directory. Okay. And next one, if you see the third one will be that is next column will be the owners. And fourth column will be the group owners. And fifth one will be the size of bytes. And the sixth one will be a date and time. The file was modified. And the seventh column will be the file name or the directory name. Clear? Then what about the security permissions in this one? Security permission in Linux. So security permission is like first one is R. So R means what? Read. Read the file content. And what is W? W means write or modify. So X means what? Execute. Okay. So these are the permission. And if you talk about the symbols, symbols means, so first there is something called plus, minus, and equals to. So plus means add permission. And minus means remove permission. equals to means set the permission to the specified values. Okay. So these are the some important notes you should know for the access rights. Okay. And next is user group controls or others. So U means what? User. G means group. O means others. K means all. Okay. So first, we'll understand how to read the security permissions. How to read the security permission. So how we can read the security permission. For example, if there is something called RW hyphen, there is space hyphen R hyphen X hyphen R. So what it states, anyone can tell me. So we know the security permission and everything, right? Can anyone try this? What it denotes? Read, execute, and read. Okay. The three characters are, first three characters are what? RW hyphen. So this means that the owner of the file. Okay, this is the owner of the file. And this will read it and write it, modify. We cannot execute it because it's a program, but a text file. Okay. So what we can do is, the first one is we can read the file and we can write the file, but we cannot execute because there is no X here. We cannot execute the file. And the hyphen denotes we cannot sorry, it is not a program file, but it's a text file. And what is this R hyphen X? The second set of three characters is R hyphen X. This means the member of a group can only read and a member of group. Okay, the member of group can only read and write the file. And the last R is going to denote, it shows a permission allowed to the other user. Okay. This is one, simple example of this. If you want to give permission to any of the file, there are different, modes to be applied. So how we can change the mode? Changing the security permission. So how we can do this? Changing the security permission. 1 minute, guys. So changing the security permission. So let's see. So it's logged out. Let me log in. Okay. So example, just think if you want to give some execute permission to the world, that is for others, for a file, whatever the file is going to be. Okay, how we can give the permission for the file? So first one is you need to use the type O. So O means it is just to denote. So let's see how we can do it. So in the later in the session, I can just tell you how we can do it. So let's try. There is some values for each and every permissions. CH mode, and I'm giving like O. 1 minute, guys. Sorry. So actually, there is some issue which is on my PC. 1 second. It is getting stuck. Give me one second. So there are some values to change these things. Let me also explain you so how we can change the values using this ch mode. So ch mode is changing the a mode of that particular security files. Okay, so let's change for this one. Ch mod plus x, the file name. So it is able to read and write. Let's see. So what happens? Let me open this. I can also edit it. Okay, so this is possible here. Again, we can go to the PPT. Just go through the other things. Okay, next is we will discuss about the shell scripting. In the shell scripting, I'll detailedly explain you. So how we can change the mode of this permission. Okay. So what is shell? So yesterday also we discussed about shell, right? So what is shell? Shell scripting. So what is shell scripting? So what is shell scripting? And also I want to just give you the syntax for ch mode. So there is an option. I also want to explain you this. Okay, in this ch mode, we have a different option. So one is a option, the other one is a mode file. Okay, so the option it denotes a flag, optional flag to modify the behavior of that ch mode. And the mode is nothing but it specifies the permission you want to set and often expressed as 3 or 4 octal digits or a symbol notation. Okay. And the rule, that is the file, is nothing but file or a directory you want to modify the permission of. Okay. So how we can change the permission with octal notation? Octal notations, let's see. So octal notation is a numeric representation of a file. Okay. And so where each permissions read and write and execute will take over. So first, if you see, the 4 represents a read permission, and the 2 represents a write permission, and the 1 represents what? It will execute the permission. Okay. So if you want to calculate the desired permission by adding these values, how we can do it? So we can do it by 4 read plus 2. I'm just writing it. And the third one will be execute. So totally a 7, a full permission. And the second one will be a 4 to be read, and plus 1 will be execute. So this will give you as a 5 as a value. So this will have only the read and execute the file. I cannot write anything. So example, to give the owner a full permission, the group read only permission and the others no permission. So you would use something like this. So the permission you can give like ch mode 750 750 and what is the file name? Let me give like new file W. Okay. So this one you will not understand, but while I'm doing the shell scripting command, you will easily understood how it is going to work. Okay, 1 minute, ma. Okay, next is like changing the permission with a symbolic notation. Yeah. So symbolic notation in the sense like plus and the minus and that is the another one is equals to set the permission. Okay. And we have the options like the other permissions we can also change here using a directory. Let me do one thing. So we'll start a shell scripting now. So we'll understand what is shell scripting. So what is shell scripting? So what is called shell scripting? So what is shell? So on the day we have discussed something about this, right? Actually, this is like we can say like it's a command line interpreter. Okay. A shell is an environment that takes a command and typed by the user. So we are going to type something on the command and calls the OS to run those commands. Okay. So this program that acts as an interface between a user and the Linux system. So allowing the user to enter the command for OS to execute. Okay, so you can see the last point. So what's the last point is indicating? It's saying like shell accepts the instructions or command in English. Okay, we'll be writing a code in English and then translate them into the computer's native binary language. Okay, this is very simple. Clear, guys? So if the question is asked for you, like what is Linux and what is Unix and what is Ubuntu and what is called this one, what kernel or shell, what is hardware, and so you need to be very clear with these points. Clear? So because somewhat it you feel like the shell and kernel are same. No, it is not same at all. Okay. And the kinds of shells. So let's discuss about the kind of shells. So what are the kind of shells we have? Like bond shell and sea shell. So these and all you might hear in your school tag, right? Regarding the bond shell, sea shell, and corn shell, bash shell, and TCH shell, right? So let's see one by one. So what it is going to be. So first, if you talk about this bond shell, so bond shell is also known as The SH is available by the default on almost all the Unix like operating system. The basic Bourne shell supports only the most limited command line editing. And what is called C shell? C shell was designed by a Bill Joy. Okay, he have created this, and it is not a C programming, it is a C shell. Okay, and is so named because much of its syntax parallel for that is that of a C programming language. And Corn shell, what is Corn shell? Was created by David Corn and offers the same kind of enhancements as a C shell with a few difference. Okay, and what is a bash offers? This bash is a command line editing like a Corn shell, file name completion like C shell. A lot of other advantages in the Linux bash shell is a default shell. It's a default shell. Wherever, if you see, most of the thing will be in a bash shell only. And TC shell extends a traditional CHS to add the command line editing. Okay, so we'll see in a brief way. So changing your default shell, how we can change this. So command to find all the available shells in your system. So we can find this. You need to, the basic syntax is CHSH and username, and you need to give a password. So let's see. It is asking for the password. Let me type the password and changing the login shell for a Ubuntu. Enter the value or presented for the default shell. So I'm just giving enter. That's it. So here you can see the bash. Am I right? And now we have discussed about what is shell and what are the different kinds of shells. So if you want more clarity on, what are the kinds of shells we have and how, in which place they will be using this kind of, kinds of shells will be available. So we have already, discussed some important points on this, right? Like on a different places, on which different places we are using this. Am I right? So let's see. I'll give you some more examples about how things will be, working. Let's see. So if you talk about this, CHS, actually this is like a root user default prompt is a host name. Okay, and this is a actually this C shell programming. Okay, this is was created it at the University of California at Berkeley. Okay, this was created in a California at Berkeley, and it has incorporated features such as alias and command history. It includes a helpful programming features like built-in arithmetics and C-like expression syntaxes has been used in the C shell. Okay, and the other things like if you go with a Bond shell. So Bond shell is like it was written by a Steve Bond at AT&T Bell Labs, and it is an original Unix shell. This is actually a original Unix shell. So actually, guys, while I'm doing my engineering, okay, while I'm doing my engineering, I used to use this, Unix. Uh, that is Unix commands. A lot of the times, I have practicals on that. I really had a good experience while I'm using that kind of commands and the things instead of keep on using the graphical user interface. It is really show give you a good experience, right? So in the Bond shell is again it lacks the features of interactive use like ability to recall the previous command. So that will be a drawback on this Bond shell. Okay, and it is a default shell for the Solaris OS. And we move on to the Corn shell now. So what is Corn shell is denoted as KSH. For each and everything, there is a that is notations will be expressed. For the Bond shell, it is SH. and for the C shell, it is CSH, and for the conch shell, it is the KSH. Okay, and this, conch shell, it was written by David Korn and AT&T Bell Labs. Again, most of them, for the Unixes also, it was created AT&T Bell Labs, right? It is a super set of bone shell, and it supports everything in the bone shell. It is interactive features. It supports it supports array and functions, and string manipulation facilities is also possible in this conch shell. Okay, and we have the other shells like T shell, Z shell. So let's we discuss about this T shell. T shell is developed for the plan of 9 OS. Okay, and we have other called as C shell is also there. So these are the some I gave you some inner input for these all different shells, why there are different kinds of shell has been created. So now we are going to use what? A default one. So shell scripting is a plain text file. So it will be like a plain text file. So how we are using a .txt file, the same way it will be there. But the only difference will be we will be saving the file with .sh. Okay, the extension is different. And it will take the input from the user and file and the output them on the screen. So it saves a lot of time by automating the routine admin task. And why to use this shell scripting? So why I need to go for this first of all? Can anyone understand? So from I gave you some lot of points, right? I gave you some lot of points regarding this shell. So it will do some manipulation and other things. Okay. So can anyone tell me why we need to go for this shell scripting? We can just do it on the Ubuntu, that is in the command, the terminals. If I can do the works, right? Why I need to save the file using like .sh, and why I need to go for it? Any idea? I'm expecting some answers from you. So why we need to go for a shell scripting? For different kinds of operation. Exactly. You're right. Right. So actually, guys, we can do the looping here. We can do a control statements here. We can perform multiple operations using after saving the file in the .sh. Okay. So let's see. So how we can do it. So why to use this shell scripting? So this shell scripting can be used to automate the administrative task. Okay. So in administrative, so most of the works, it can be done automated and encapsulate the complex configuration details and get a full power of OS. An ability to combine the commands allow you to create a new commands, thereby adding a value to your OS. What are the practical example of this shell scripting? So monitoring the Linux system. Okay, the first thing is it will monitoring the Linux system and data backup and creating a snapshots. Yes, that's also possible. And find out what process are eating up your system resource. Okay, so it is not necessary for us, but when we work as an employee, and if you are going to be a manager, okay, you are in a different role, or if you are going to be an admin, if something is going worse, then you will be finding which particular system resource is taking, eating up the resource. So that's really interesting. So by it is easy using this shell scripting, and find out the available and free memory, and find out all the logged in users and what they are doing. It will find out all the logged in user and what they are doing, and find out if all the necessary network services are running or not. Okay. Let's find out all the logged in users and what they are doing. And so this is actually once you work in the organization, once you join, whatever the organization is going to be. Okay, so they will be, checking. So if you can take the IT sectors or some tech support kind of jobs or whatever the job is going to be. Or it is going to be healthcare or customer or whatever the process is going to be. Everyone, they will be checking. You will be having a punch in, punch out, right? So you have to punch in and you have to punch out at the end. So everything will be calculated. If you go for out of the room, you need to give a punch in, right? So this everything will be calculated and find out if all the necessary network services are running or not. So these are very important when it comes to an industry. So you must learn the shell scripting, right? So next, so we'll see in examples how we can work with this shell scripting. Okay, let me create one file. Here itself, I can create a cat, and I'm just giving a name to be like hello.sh. Okay. So what happened? Sorry. Yeah, as of now, I didn't give anything. I'm just closing it. You can see the hello.sh file was being created. Let me open this file. Okay, now I'm going to create a variable name and variable value. So first I'm just giving command. If you're trying to give some command, then you need to mention, okay, you need to mention like hash. So hash, exclamatory, and hash is a command line. So after that, you can give whatever you want. I'm just specifying like bin/sh. Okay. And here another command, I'm just giving a variable. So I hope everyone knows what is command. What is command? Why we are using this command line? So after completing this, I will be asking a question to you. Okay. So now I'm going to create a variable name first. What is a variable name? Let me take name as equals to, I'm just giving as EduNet Foundation welcomes you all. Like this, I'm just giving a command. And if you want to print the value, you need to use a echo keyword and the dollar symbol name. Okay. So let's save this file. So after saving this file, just come here. You need to mention dot slash and what is the file name? What? Hello, right? Hello dot sh. So what is it is saying like a permission is denied. So to get a permission, can anyone tell me how we can give a permission to this file? How we can give a permission to this file? How we can give a permission to a file? So we discussed a lot of things, right? How we can change the mode of a security permission. How can we do it? No idea? Yes or no, guys? I hope everyone is in the session only. Just say thumbs up. Sorry, give thumbs up or say yes or no. Everyone is in the session. Rahul is saying no. Okay. So let me tell you. To get a permission, okay, to get a permission, what we need to do is we need to use ch mode. I told you, right? Ch mode, I'm just giving a 777. I'm just giving all seven. All seven means for all the user group and the others, I'm giving a 7. 7 means what? Read, sport. 3 means write, and 1 means execute. So totally, so you'll be getting a, sorry, totally it will be 7, right? So here I'm just giving, mentioning the name again, hello.sh. Okay. So now I'll run this again. So it is not showcasing. Let me try with this file. Is the file name is correct? Sorry. So I have given, this is actually case sensitive. Okay, so that's why it is not showing output. So now we will check it again. So it is showing, right? So EduNet Foundation, welcome you all. So this is the text. I hope everyone is clear till this. Any doubts? How to execute the shell command? Okay, let me create one more file. So that is for loop. Or I can edit here. Let me take this. Okay, let me edit this one. So for loop and the variable keyword, and I'm using a in. So here, what are the values you're going to present? I'm just going to present 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 till I'm just going to print till 9. Okay, this is a variable keyword. And here I'm just using a in keyword and then the value set of values which I'm going to display. So next I'm using a do and using echo. I will print the variables AR and done. Okay, so here you can see the numbers has been displayed from 0 to 9. Clear, guys? So understood how we can work with this for loop. And we can see one more example using the while loop. I'm just removing, I'm going to use a while loop. Okay, so while loop, let me consider a is equal to 0 and while loop angle bracket inside this dollar a hyphen lt is less than 80 and till 10. So from a till 10. So if it is a is less than or equal, that is less than this 10, then it should print the all other values. So let's how we can do it while loop, and it will show the output here echo dollar of what a. And after this echo statement, we need to increment the value, right? For incrementing, I'm just assigning a again and express a dollar a plus 1. Done. Second, I did some mistake on this file. So first I given a while command. Okay, I think, okay, the space is a problem. Space. For this and Python and all, we need to give the exact space. Otherwise, we won't get the value. Let me save this again. And the file. To unexpected. So I need to use a backtick. Guys, if you don't have any question, please be on mute. Error. So do we need to use it definitely, okay, after the while command. So do is not a problem. And give the required space, then A is equals to expression $A plus 1. So while not found. While not found. Okay, I'm sorry. If here space is again a problem. So now it is working. Okay, I'm sorry, guys. So errors is always good. So we'll be learning from it. Okay. So this is how. So from this, what you understand. So we should remember the exact space which we need to give. Okay. So then only the output we will be getting. Okay, clear? So next is how we can print the other things like the other while loops, and we can also see one more for loop, how we can use a for loop to find the odd number or even number. Okay, so let's find the odd number or even numbers using this Linux. Let's get into this shell. It's already open, right? Let me get this. So first, I want to get the user input. Let me remove all this. So I'm going to take a user input. That is the first step. So to take a user input, just give a echo and enter a number and read n. Okay. So just the user is going to give some numbers and echo even numbers. Just want to print like equal, that is even numbers, or I is equals to 1, and then L, that is LE means what? LE means less than or equal to. Okay, so let's go to the while loop. So inside the while loop, let me give it as $I. So let me considering a $I. So you need to leave a space here, LI. So that is $I, and it is going to be lesser than what? $n. And do command. So finally, you need to do some manipulations, arithmetic operation. So can anyone tell me what we can do to find the, the even numbers? How we can find the even numbers? If we'll be checking the given number is going to, divide, that is modulo by 2. So modulo by 2 means if it is divisible by 2, you won't get any reminder. So that will be considered as an even number. Correct. So here I'm giving like RS is equals to expression a dollar I and modulo 2. Okay, and if so, after checking this, you'll be getting some value for first value, right? So getting a value, so it will be calculated here. So dollar RS equals to what? If it is a 0, then echo, I want to print the value of dollar I. And you need to end the if loop. So how we can end the if loop? So Fi. Okay, and then again you need to increment the value. So this is a incrementing part. Incrementing I by 1. So let's do a plus plus I of end of a while loop. So this is done. So done is the end of this while loop. And now we need to print the odd numbers. Okay. So we just copy this. So I am just changing this to odd number. So I is equals to 1 and while of a dollar I hyphen LE and dollar N. So do command and then RS is equals to expression of dollar I modulo 2. Again, I'm checking that particular value here. The same expressions will be repeated here. But here, what will be the thing? It should not be equal to 0. Then it is considered as an odd number. So if dollar $RS equals to a 0, then echo, I will print the value to be what? Dollar $I. Fi. And I will increment the value. Done. So let's save this thing and now we will execute it. So it is asking to enter the name. I'm just giving 6. So 6, even numbers 2, 4, 6, and then till, it's starting from 1, right? So it will print till 6. Syntax error near unexpected. So I think in the odd number, there is some error. Let's check. So now we will check again. Now it is showcasing. You can see The even number is displaying here and the odd number is displaying here. Clear everyone? Any doubts as of now? So everyone is clear with how we can, you know, do the things using this shell scripting. So we have one more examples for this functional. So we can do it tomorrow. So as of now, any doubts? Let me close this. Guys, don't play. Okay, don't play Prasanna Kumar Reddy. So this is not nice, guys. This is not nice. So don't do it again. Okay, this is not a fun platform. So this is someone is offering you something free, right? So we should utilize it. I'm just recording the session, right? If someone sees like this, it will be not good. So please understand.